थिंक मेरे करियर में मैंने जब टेलीविजन से ब्रेक ली थी ना, तब मुझे बहुत सारे मेकर्स ने बोला था, बड़े हमारे इंडस्ट्री के दिग्गजों ने, कि यार यू नो यू आर नॉट मेंट फॉर दिस, कि आई थिंक यू आर ओके डूइंग टीवी. While I felt very dejected, but I am just so happy that I didn't listen to any of them.
हमारी लाइन में ग्रेटिफिकेशन इतनी डिलेड होती है कि आपने स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी, you're excited by it, फिर आपने शूट किया, you're excited,
डबिंग की,
उसके बाद फिर आपने इंतजार किया, and this is, I think it's been over a year since we shot this, so I'm just excited for friends and family and the audience to watch it.
You just gotta have fun with it. You know, I feel like truly, sometimes I look back at 90s actors and, or you know, even the late 80s, and I see, you know, you can see them having fun on a set.
When you entrust yourself as an actor to somebody like a Neeraj Pandey, you don't expect him to go wrong anywhere, and you go with that confidence that every character has been given its rightful due.
It would have been fun to say that it is a suspenseful end to a 1.5 had I not been in the trailer for a second. But
actually,
you know, the narrative, actually, you see that I'm a part of, I mean, Farooq is part of the narrative right now.
Correct.
So, it's a very interesting peg that I feel like when you watch it, it'll be more fun. Hi, मैं हूँ Karan Tacker.
Hi, this is Tahir Raj Bhasin.
Hi, this is Muzammil Ibrahim.
और आप हमें देख रहे हैं शुभोजीत के YouTube चैनल पे.
Special Ops 2 आ रहा है
11th July only on Jio Hotstar.
Only on Jio Hotstar. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you. That's a wrap. You know, if I talk about Jio Hotstar, the platform, they've had many shows which have been very successful. but उस सब चीज को अगर आगे क्रॉस करके अगर कोई epitome show में बोलूँ, मेरे लिए personally that has to be Special Ops. You know, Special Ops season 1, 1.5 के बाद now the excitement is 2x the entertainment that what you know we can expect with Special Ops season 2. July 11th is the date. Jio Hotstar is the platform, and I have the lovely cast over here. It can't get better. Zor se taali please everybody, Special Ops season 2.
खुद ही के लिए बजाओ.
You know, first of all, since the very ending of 1.5 was with your scene, I have to start about that. You left it left on a very cliffhanger note.
Right.
आपने फोन किया, you know, हिम्मत सिंह को कि कहीं पे आप फंस गए हो ये, and suddenly it hits his mind कि आप कहीं फंस गए हो. तो वहां से जो निकलने का जर्नी है, and then again redemption. You know, आप redemption को in real life कैसे देखते हो, and also you know the way your character has always managed to come out of trouble. जैसे you know हाफिज अली के ने उनको पकड़ लिया था, right? But you managed to escape that situation. You know, your Farooq seeing redemption and Karan seeing redemption, you know, how were they different or similar?
मेरे कैरेक्टर का रिवाइवल, मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि प्लॉट क्या है, कि अगर बता दूंगा तो आप देखोगे.
नहीं, of course नहीं. जितना आप बता सकते हो उतना तू चुप हो जा.
नहीं तो I mean there's very little that I can say. Of course, I mean the fact of the matter is that you know it would have been fun to say that it is a suspenseful end to a 1.5 had I not been in the trailer for a second. But
actually,
you know, the narrative, actually, you see that I'm a part of. I mean, Farooq is part of the narrative right now.
Correct.
So it's a very interesting peg that I feel like when you watch it, it'll be more fun. Because अगर मैं बता दूंगा तो it's not कि मैं कुछ reveal कर दूंगा, but I just feel like it'll take away from the charm of what is going to happen. But of course, you know, it's an evolution of Farooq Ali. It's an evolution of the season. You know, 1.5 as a series in itself was set in a very different time, and somewhere ये कड़ी को जोड़ता है 1.5 और 2 की. You know, that entire sequence that you are mentioning.
Yeah.
तो मैं एक्चुअली वो सीन को लेके बड़ा एक्साइटेड हूँ, क्योंकि वो अच्छा है, मतलब अच्छा हुआ था. हाँ.
And वो कितना अच्छा है, जुलाई 11 से हम लोग देखेंगे, पता चलेगा.
वो अच्छा हुआ था, मेरे को वो करने में बड़ा मजा आया था.
Yeah.
तो मैं एक्चुअली मैं सब कुछ लेके एक्साइटेड हूँ. मुझसे कोई भी सवाल पूछता है तो मैं कभी judge myself that everything is exciting.
Yeah.
But quite frankly, that's the tonality for me as far as the show is concerned, that I'm just really thrilled for people to watch it.
Superb, and we are also expecting that kind of same extravaganza and entertainment. You know, you're the new entrant, of course. हम लोग समझ पा रहे that negative gray character is what I think. And आप I think whatever या आप तो positive character हो, ये काली काली आंखें में, you were somehow being the victim of different situations. And I think your character, the whole layout, वो होता है ना कि situation का मारा. I think exactly that was your character over there, and here I think it would be the opposite way, where you put others in that kind of situation, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what it is.
That's a very astute observation. I never thought of it like that. Yeah.
But then how do you see your own, I would say, versatility? Because एक होता है to bring your own shade into whatever you bring, and then there's this a massive franchise, of course. You might have seen it yourself as well. It's immensely loved. It's one of the biggest shows of Hotstar. You know, that's the vibe in the comment section.
Also.
Huh?
Just, I think all the country.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yes. Firstly, I've always admired actors who can play both negative and positive, and the fact that this was going to be opposite a KK Menon, who does that with so much ease. Like I've enjoyed, you know, Heather or Shaurya, works of his where he's played an antagonist and then done a protagonist as well. So for me, this was the first time I was going to be pitched opposite someone who does both,
kind of
but
brilliance.
here you're playing the antagonist. It's after Mardani, I think it's been about 10 years where like I'm coming back to like an all-out antagonist. And I think more than scripts, as a person also you grow over years. And where I am at the moment in terms of looking at moral ambiguity is like you don't look at them as good guys or bad guys. You either look at them as like a good guy in bad circumstance or a bad guy in a good circumstance. And that's what makes the collector interesting, is because he operates unlike most antagonists. He operates with a set of rules. Like he has philosophies. उसके दिमाग में वो reformer है. And वो subjective है. आप किस हिसाब से देख रहे हैं कि वो सही है या गलत. And उसकी philosophy से जिस तरह वो दुनिया चलाता है, that leads him into digital warfare, and that's what makes this season very exciting, and this part as well.
You know, he spoke about digital warfare. आज के ज़माने में ऐसा कहा जाता है कि पहले के ज़माने में युद्ध होता था, you know, with weapons and all that. Today's warfare is entirely about, you know, the cyber world and digital world, right? Do you agree with what he says, and how do you see this whole thing?
Obviously, I mean, you know, the paradigms have shifted so much from what it used to be from the Stone Ages to now, and obviously it's going to keep on evolving. The way we perceive warfare now to what is going to be like 5 years down the line, it's very unpredictable, and it's going to be such, especially with AI entering it. We don't know what the capacity of, actually the father of AI, I mean, he's, I forgot the name, I don't know if you know it, but I was seeing one of his documents, he's like, it's already out of hand. He's like, humans cannot control AI anymore. The way it's evolving, it's already beyond what we have evolved so far. It has passed that evolution stage in that 5 years time. So that is how fast it is evolving. So yeah, we don't know.
You know, AI is actually, you know, as public figures, you know, the cameras and spotlight are always on you, right? जो videos social media पे viral होते, some of them of course are authentic, where it's just you. But of course, जितने ज़्यादा public figure, उतने ज़्यादा, you know, you fall prey to these kind of situations, right? As actors and public figures, are you scared of AI? For example, कि यार मेरा कुछ उल्टा सीधा तगड़म बगड़म video बना दिया, डाल दिया, लोग सही समझ लेंगे. What about the mehnat in terms of the, you know, good reputation that I've created over a period of time?
I think, you know, first of all, I want to correct you on one thing, that our show is not about AI.
Yeah.
Our show is actually about, if I can put it loosely, digital fraud.
Okay.
Right. So, but to answer your question about AI, am I worried about it? You know, actually, I'm not worried about like someone creating, you know, a fake something, because मेरे पे अभी तक कुछ हुआ नहीं है ऐसा. तो मुझे पता नहीं कि वो किस extent तक जाएगा. पर मैं इतना जानता हूँ कि I think other than the fact that it might emotionally really affect you and, you know, the people who are close to you, people in the larger domain know that what is AI, what it looks like, and, you know, if this is real versus if it's made on the you know, on AI or not. So I feel उतने लोग cognizant है. It's unfortunate that someone will use that as a piece of entertainment for maybe their Instagram platforms and so on and so forth. But do I have a fear regarding it? Maybe not. Maybe not.
I think we're not far from the time when people will not be able to tell the difference. But I mean, if you look at some of the stuff that is already out there, you can't tell the difference between what looks animated and what looks real. Yeah. But I think whenever technology progresses, there will also be an evolution of laws. Like you'll have copyright infringement laws, like you would have with brands or products. you'll have to start IP proofing your faces as well, where your face has a copyright. And I think
The
to a very
voice,
large
the
extent,
face.
like so to like globally that has started already, where there will be apps and ways to warn the audience that this is fake or this
I think
is real.
Sweden has already
No,
started. If your
Meta's
picture
already
is,
done that actually.
Yeah, you need to, because like when it comes to
even the
news,
governments have done it. I think I was just today reading it. That Sweden is the first country that where the picture is digitally enhanced, and you're putting it down on the posters. You have to put a tag there that's digitally enhanced.
Yeah,
You
even
cannot
with
just, like, put out
YouTube,
a
हम लोग
expected
जब
beauty
content
picture.
डालते हैं, like वहाँ पे there's an option that
No, my pictures
is
have
it
been
AI
morphed and all
content or something like that? Is it वो एक option आता है, so you have to literally select no, तब जाके वो approve हो के फिर वो content
और
approve
मेटा
होता
भी
है.
आजकल बोलता है कि you keep seeing these videos that look like fake news कि यहाँ ये blast हो गया, ये ship हो गई, फलाना ढिमकाना, उसमें मतलब automatically just flags it as it being AI. So today as an audience, I don't know
लोग
what
समझते हैं
age
थोड़े
group
बहुत.
audience you are. As an audience, you know that this is computer generated and it's not real.
so the challenge only is that technology moves faster than legality. The law always catches
Yeah,
up.
that's
So
later.
will the two keep pace?
Yeah, the momentum is what matters.
Yeah, that's a good one.
ये question आपके लिए और since this is about the agents, I have to ask कि as actors and the life of secret agents, जितना आप लोगों ने निभाया है in terms of your character, that one very exciting part about secret agents का life जो अगर actors के life में भी मौजूद होता, you would have been very happy. Is there anything that you can think of?
Access to information.
Yeah.
I think that would be a big one.
Yeah.
Having the access to information
Yeah.
of anything and anyone in the world. I think there's no bigger currency than that.
Absolutely.
I would agree with that. I mean, 100%. I mean, I wouldn't be able to come up with a better one at this point of time than Karan did. So yeah, I'll go with that one.
Now, what we use it for might not be that
वो
serious.
अलग बात है क्योंकि secret agents have their own responsibilities and roles and आप लोग का
Yeah.
मस्ती मजाक
As
में
actors, we might just be using it for very fluffy things.
fluffy things like कुछ सोच सकते हो अभी जैसे इतना सोच लिया तो वो भी बता दो भाई.
मतलब इतना नहीं सोचा, मतलब ऐसे कि मतलब it could be something as stupid as कि how can I get my deliveries quicker? You know what I mean? For lack of quickly putting a cover on what I was thinking.
Yeah. Abhi bhi, you all are so experienced in your respective professional lives, but whenever there is a new release, it can be in film space, it can be on web series, whatever. That butterflies, do you still feel that in your stomach, in your heart? कि यार धक धक हो रहा है ज़्यादा जोर से दिल में? Feel करते हो?
Yeah, always. I mean, and that's not nervousness. It's excitement. You worked on something. You've given it time, energy, and in this one, we've given it more than just sweat and tears. And you're just excited for people to finally see it. हमारे लाइन में gratification इतनी delayed होती है कि आपने script पढ़ी, you're excited by it, फिर आपने shoot किया, you're excited,
Dubbing की
उसके बाद फिर आपने इंतजार किया, and this is, I think it's been over a year since we shot this, so I'm just excited for friends and family and the audience to watch it.
KK sir is उनके legacy के बारे में मुझे अलग से बताने का जरूरत नहीं, everybody is aware about it, but I think the best part of Special Ops and Special Ops 1.5 was that it was a collective, वो जो collective teamwork जो होता है वो दिखता है. You guys were able to shine tremendously with your roles as well.
Yeah, thanks.
No matter whatever Himmat Singh was doing, there was a lot of emphasis and focus on what Farooq was doing. And I think there was a lot of emphasis and focus and love which Avinash was doing. Of course, you lost one of your agents because of हाफिज उसका बदला हो गया, आपने ले लिया उस चीज़ का. But then just to stand out in a project which also has somebody like the legendary KK Menon sir, what does it do to an actor's confidence for the work that he approaches later on?
I think the first step would be to not look at it like that. I feel the minute you start looking at it from a perspective, I need to stand out. I feel like you've gone 2 steps back because you stop thinking as an actor. Frankly, I would not like to take all the credit for it because I feel the writing of an arc really decides which way a script is going to go and how a character will shine in a certain narrative. Farooq was written like that. Frankly, I mean, he had a certain arc from recruitment to avenging the bad guy. Then you just have fun with it. I don't like to overemphasize on how difficult or how challenging a process is because I feel like as 3 actors we all have 3 different processes and it's challenging for everyone in their own way. But it's just you just gotta have fun with it. I feel like truly sometimes I look back at 90s actors and or even the late 80s, and I see you can see them having fun on a set, and I feel like when you're enjoying the process of it wholesomely and you're present in that moment, that's truly when you end up building a great character, and that's what helps a show, and that's what helps your character. So if you start pitting yourself कि इसमें केके जी हैं और हम किस तरीके से वो तो वैसे नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि उनके पीछे इतनी स्कूलिंग ऑफ इयर्स है, कैमरा टाइम है, वो खुद ही इतने बेहतरीन इंसान है, तो उनके लिए क्राफ्ट को शोकेस करना, मतलब टुडे इट्स टेकन हिम दैट मच टाइम, बट ही नोज व्हाट ही इज डूइंग. For all of us, still learning, so it would be quite immature to think like that I want to outshine him or stand out in a way. You just do your bit and you leave it to fate.
क्या बात है मुज़म्मिल, you wanna?
I think the same thing what Karan said, and rightly agree to it, because see, your first thing is that what is written on the pages is that you have to justify that, nothing beyond that, right? And you have to stay very committed to what is being written. And sir has all of this work has been done already for you. So when you entrust yourself as an actor to somebody like a Neeraj Pandey, you don't expect him to go wrong anywhere, and you go with that confidence that every character has been given its rightful due, and he will not go wrong with it. So I mean, that confidence always stays with you. And as far as pitting against somebody goes, like, I mean, that's the most immature-ish thing to kind of think of, that I am trying to compete with KK or any of the other characters or actors, because it's a huge ensemble. You cannot go on because there are senior actors like Mr. Prakash Raj there or Vinay Pathak there. If they start thinking that so they reach the stage where they have done so much of work, the body of work has defined their journey to such a large extent that they don't need to do it. And also we have learned from these guys that they're so giving in whatever they have done so far. So we don't, I mean, this is a big takeaway that we're getting to work with such people. So as it is, so इसमें कुछ इतना सोचने की या कुछ प्लॉटिंग की ऐसा कोई जरूरत है नहीं.
Just जाओ सेट पे अच्छे से काम करो and घर वापस आओ. That's what it is. One common question for all three of you. I think I'll start with Karan. In all your respective lives, that one maybe करो दिल की मर्जी, or that दिल का moment that you have actually listened to your heart, no matter whatever advices or suggestions came your way, and you're very proud of that decision कि यार मैंने ये decision लिया था. We'll start with you.
Oh wow, बहुत लाज सवाल पूछ लिया आपने. आई थिंक मेरे करियर में मैंने जब टेलीविजन से ब्रेक ली थी ना, तब मुझे बहुत सारे मेकर्स ने बोला था, बड़े हमारे इंडस्ट्री के दिग्गजों ने, कि यार you're not meant for this, कि I think you're okay doing TV. While I felt very dejected, but I am just so happy that I didn't listen to any of them.
You always knew your potential, कि यार it's about to explode after that.
No, I mean, that would be very pompous to think like that, but I just felt like I could do more. I could do more. I deserve different than what I have at the moment.
Absolutely. Tahir, in your case?
I think the decision to come to Bombay to begin with, because it's always a challenging thing of like, is this something I want to be doing or not be doing, and to take that call when you've got no safety net, there's no guarantees. I think that's something.
That's a very important point. No safety net. आपको पता नहीं है. It's all about unpredictability. In your case?
I think it's the same thing as Tahir said. For me, I studied I was studying engineering in Jamia Millia in my first year of college.
If I'm not wrong, 18 साल की उम्र में you won your first page. One of the youngest, right?
I was the youngest graduate till date. And just that decision to give up engineering after having studied like 18 hours a day to get through engineering. I remember I didn't have these fingerprints on both my thumb and my first finger, because I used to write so much of mathematics and physics every day. And my room was like just full of these papers and the formulas and everything. And it's like one of the biggest central universities in India, so it was extremely tough to get through it. And when I didn't expect that I would get through Glad Rags. मैं in fact interested भी नहीं था modeling, showbiz or anything like that. मेरा दोस्त था जो वहाँ पे गए, और मतलब I ended up I was the only walk-in who ever has won a title. So मेरे लिए बड़ा अजीब था, क्योंकि to make the decision of leaving engineering and coming to Bombay, because I remember I've studied so hard for it, and I wish I still could go back and finish it sometime in a parallel world. because it's just that I've put so much of blood and so much of my energy into it, but then you have to give it up, and then because it was not feasible. My dean ने बुला के मुझे बोला था कि we cannot control the crowds anymore. That by fourth year my film had already come out. By fourth year मैं अपने दोस्तों के साथ गया फिल्म देखने के लिए, and it was just uncontrollable. The moment I would enter the college, it was like it was not possible for them also. I could see. उन्होंने मुझे बोल के बोला कि सर आप रहने दो कॉलेज.
Good problem to have.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, but it started before the college also. Like I don't know if you've seen the latest interview I've done. So उस पे comments पे है, though all the girls had commented. So before even I entered the college and before I became model, so it was already started. It had already started. So
Basically, walk in करते करते walk the talk करके आप trophy लेके सब कुछ
I
लेके
never
आगे
planned
चले
this.
गए.
Honestly, I never planned this. It was मैं अंडा खाते खाते वहाँ पहुँच गया हूँ. Honestly, this is my story. And
Seriously, मैं अंडा खाते खाते वहाँ
yeah, exactly.
I think it
Because
means
I was having a breakfast.
यार तूने analogy दी है भाई.
Really, actually.
Because see, what happened is I was having a breakfast in the morning. It's a long story. I'll cut it short. I was having a breakfast in the morning, me and my friend. And hostel में क्या होता है ना, वहाँ पे आपको जो आपको सर्व किया जाता है ना अंडा, वो न्यूज़पेपर के ऊपर सर्व किया जाता है, वो टिश्यू के ऊपर नहीं सर्व किया जाता. और वहाँ पे एक आर्टिकल था कि
अंडे घुमा के देखते हैं.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं. उस आर्टिकल था कि इफ यू गॉट द लुक्स एंड एवरीथिंग वी आर डूइंग द ग्लैड रैग्स वॉक-इन्स टुडे, फील फ्री टू ड्रॉप बाय. और मेरे दोस्त ने, मैंने बोला यार ये ग्लैड रैग्स है ना यहाँ पे, बोलता है यार यहाँ पे लड़की बड़ी प्रिटी आती है, हमारी इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में है नहीं. तो बोलते चल मस्ती करते हैं. तो ही वाज मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन गोइंग देयर, आई वाज नॉट. तो बट आई मीन एज लक वुड हैव इट इन डेस्टिनी, सो इट वाज कंप्लीटली डेस्टिनी चॉइस, नॉट माय.
मेरे दोस्त तो ये होता है अंडे का फंडा.
किताबी
I think it's important to tell that story before he uses the tagline.
Exactly. वो थोड़ा disclaimer type बन जाता है. This is called अंडे का फंडा.
अंडा खाते खाते एग्जैक्टली यहाँ पे
You wanna impress, अगर आपको स्ट्रगल हो रहा है इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में लड़कियों को इम्प्रेस करते हुए, ऐसे अंडा खाओ, पेपर में लेके अंडा खाओ, तब जाके और मजा आएगा. बट देन लास्ट क्वेश्चन बिफोर आई रैप अप, एंड आई थिंक दिस वुड बी टू यू बोथ. Fair question, simple question, but then worthwhile for all special ops fans. जितने भी सीजन 1 and 1.5 में आपने सीन्स किए, एंड जितने भी आपने सीजन 1 and 1.5 सीन्स किए, व्हाट इज दैट वन जो सबसे ज्यादा क्लोज टू योर हार्ट मेमोरेबल है?
You asking about 2 also?
No, not 2, just 1. फिर सस्पेंस चला जाएगा ना.
जो सबसे मेमोरेबल,
It's like the moment you think about special ops, फर्स्ट सीन जो आपके दिमाग में फ्लैश होता है. हाँ
मेरा
प्लीज.
फर्स्ट सीन था नीरज सर के साथ, एंड आई वाज गोइंग थ्रू अ ह्यूज बाउट ऑफ इंसोम्निया उस टाइम पे. Anyways, like I was.
that was all of season 1.
Yeah, all of season 1 insomnia.
All of season 1, I didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, I didn't sleep at all. And sir के साथ ऐसा था कि I was so excited. Then Cyril is one of my favorite choreographers in the world, and I've been following his work from the time he used to choreograph Jason Statham and everything. And I even even before we came on the set, we knew each other from common friends, and he was excited to work with me also somehow because he'd seen my martial arts reel and everything. So वो जो first day था ना जब, और मेरा first day था जब मेरे को जाना था and I had to fight these guys in Istanbul. So that was like kick-ass moment for me. I was like so, and sir, I was so tired and my eyes were blinking and I had not slept, and sir told me that eyes are blinking. And the moment I went inside, I saw what is happening, and I came back. I swear, I felt like I was a different person. My eyes were not blinking anymore. I was not tired, anything. And from that moment on, we shot for continuous 2 days and 2 nights, and I was completely okay.
Basically, आप खुद सोए नहीं, दूसरों को मार के सुला दिया. That is what it is. Karan, in your case, that one most memorable scene?
You're asking as an actor or as a character?
नहीं, for the character, like.
For the character, I feel one of the most.
And it should be personal, no? Like.
I think आप दोनों का ही बता सकते हो.
I mean, a very important scene was in the first season when I tell Himmat Singh to take his car behind from the zebra crossing.
Yeah.
Why that's important for me is because I felt कि to play a character ना एक arc का starting point बहुत ज़रूरी है to kind of show that graph. So had that scene not been there, it would have looked very convenient कि ये मतलब फील्ड में भी आ गया, समझदार भी था, और मतलब एक्शन भी कर लेता है, विलन को भी मार सकता है. सो आई फील कि वो एक जो सीन था ना, वो सीन की एक जो इनोसेंस थी, दैट रियली हेल्प डिफाइन फारूक्स आर्क इन जनरल. सो आई फील लाइक टू द कैरेक्टर that was very important. And for me also as an actor, that became quite an interesting starting point to really prepare for the character.
I remember that scene very well. इधर उधर गाड़ी चल रहे थे, आपको गालियां मिल रहा था, लेकिन you did not care. हिम्मत सिंह's next dialogue in fact was कि जिंदगी में पहली बार किसी लौंडे ने या कुछ तो था, मेरा गाड़ी पीछे करवाया, इसके बारे में पता कर. So I think absolutely perfect starting arc when it comes to Farooq. Guys, thank you so much. July 11, ladies and gentlemen, is the day. Jio Hotstar is the platform. Special Ops 1 and Special Ops 1.5 has already been loved immensely by you all, and I think और ज़्यादा प्यार देना ज़रूर बनता है season 2 को. So thank you so much to all of you.
Thank you.
God bless, take care, and stay safe everybody. Jio Hotstar is the platform. July 11th onwards. जिसके साथ भी देखना है देखो, फैमिली, गर्लफ्रेंड, बॉयफ्रेंड, पार्टनर, जिसके साथ भी देखना है देखो, एंजॉय करो. That's what matters. Thank you so much.